It's so interesting that Jesus asked this question, right, of who touched my clothes, because we know about Jesus now. We're 2,000 years beyond this story. We know about Jesus. He didn't ask the question because he didn't know the answer. He knew who touched him. He also didn't ask the question because he wanted to condemn her. What we're about to read in this next line is that he actually asked the question because he wanted to commend her. He wanted to honor her faith because faith honors God. And the woman seemingly made the right decision, albeit trembling with fear. And she throws herself at her feet, tells him the whole truth. Look at this next thing. He said to her, let me remind you again, a woman whose story is only told in 8 verses of the entire Bible, a woman who we don't even know her name, gets given a name for the very first time in this story. And God of the universe, Jesus Christ himself on earth, looks at this woman and says, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be free from your suffering." This woman came to Jesus that day believing that she was coming to be healed from a physical issue, but can I tell you, she was actually coming to be healed from an identity issue. She needed told who she was in that moment, because her entire life, she was allowing this condition to define who she was. She was allowing this thing in her life to tell her who she was. But I'm here to tell somebody today that your identity is anything but conditional. Your identity you have today is not determined by what you've done. It's not determined by your failures. Your identity in this place is only determined by your heavenly Father, who looks at you in the room, and says, "Son," it says "daughter," and wrapped up in that single word is the idea that there's a God in heaven who loves you, who champions you, who has faith for you, who has blessing for you.